Hey guys, it's Meg. I am here this week with a new video for you. This is going to be our standard tarot reading, so if you guys want to get a message from the cards, please come on in, have a seat, and we'll get started in a moment. Just a few quick housekeeping things before we get into the video. Number one, if you guys like what you see in the video, please go ahead and click the like, subscribe, and the bell buttons. That way you can stay in the loop for when I post new work. That also lets me know that you guys like what you're seeing, that you are interested in learning more about the energy going on around you, as well as gaining a sense of perspective and maybe a little bit of peace outside of these readings. I have also listed the decks I'm using for this reading, a list of timestamps, and a list of my socials if you want to get in touch, if you want to jump around during the video. Totally cool. I'm happy to oblige in that way. If you have any other interpretations other than what I'm giving you from the cards, please go ahead and feel free to share if you feel safe to. Totally cool. Just keep the conversation civil, okay? I don't want anybody feeling unsafe to share. So go ahead and do that if you want to. Totally fine if not. Hey, cool. One final thing, and then we'll get into the cards. I am also available for commissions. If you guys want to get a private reading done with me, I'm happy to help where I can. There's a QR code in the screen somewhere. I'm pointing right here. Look for the QR code. If you are seeing that and click it, that will take you to my commissions and tip jar. It's optional. Please follow your heart on that one as well. Okay, so let's get into our reading. If you are new to my readings, hi. First of all, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start with an oracle. I will get into our tarot, and then we shall see. We'll see certainly a bonus reading, because I do like to do those at the end. But we're going to look at the main energy of what's going on, and then we'll get into some hidden and clarifying energy. Okay, so, and hopefully that's a complete picture of what's happening. Okay, so let's get started. Oh yeah, the cards are itching. Okay, so starting with our oracle, we're looking at the seashore. Okay, we're looking at the seashore. Okay, we have the seashore, we have the lion. Okay, seashore, lion, and we have the castle. Okay, so we have the seashore, the lion, and the castle. And what I'm hearing right off the bat, okay, is take it easy, have a little bit of fun. Okay, I'm getting here because this little kitten motif, I call it a kitten, but kitten, let's just go with it. This little kitten is sitting on the shore watching the waves. There's some dolphins in the back of this shot. They're jumping around. They're probably having the grand old party. Okay, the waves are coming in and out. It's a chill scene. Like, I would be very, very much at peace and in a state of serenity if I were watching this happen. So that's how I'm getting to take it easy, give yourself a rest. Okay, give yourself a rest because you are secure. You have firm foundations around you. You certainly have the you're held, you're safe. Okay, look at the hands. You're held, you're safe, you have a firm foundation under your feet. okay? A firm foundation under your feet, and you also have a good sense of your authority right now, okay? This lion I'm sensing very much, I believe that's Leo as the star sign. If I'm wrong, okay, totally cool, but I'm sensing very much authoritative energy, a lot of bright, um, putting yourself forward energy. I think you're putting yourself first at this time, and if that's not something you're doing, certainly there's the sense that you're being encouraged towards that, okay? So take it easy. You're safe to chill. Okay, take it easy. You're safe to chill. What else do we need to see? You also have the tree in the swamp as supplementals. Okay, so again, your roots are stronger than you give yourself credit for. Okay, I think you've been through certainly a little bit of stress during this time. Stress from whatever trigger. Okay, because there's been something that you've had to bridge the gap for. Feeling compelled to say that, but I don't know why. Let's see where the rest of this post goes, I guess. Yeah, you've had some stresses and bridging this gap of between yourself and something else, and bridging this gap. I think you may be missing is that yes, the roots are already there. The roots are already there. Your foundations are firm and within your grasp. You're held. You're safe. You're rooted. You're grounded. So when challenges do happen, it's okay to give yourself some grace and grace and space. Okay. I can't guarantee that we're going to get these cards. However, I am sensing a lot of Four of Swords energy, a lot of Four Swords, Four of Wands, and maybe the Sun, Moon, and Star motifs. And interesting that I'm saying that because we have two cards that explicitly show them together. Sun, Moon, Star, Sun. Let me do it like this. Sun, Moon, and then the stars. So let's keep an eye out for those cards. Certainly, if you know the tarot and are familiar enough to understand the meanings of those cards, let's keep that in mind. Okay. Let's see what we need to see from our tarot. What do we need from our tarot? Okay. Okay. One more. Okay. So, our tarot, we're going to start with the Five of Pentacles. Okay, we've got the Five of Pentacles. All right. So the Five of Pentacles, we've got the Two of Cups. Okay, Five of Pentacles, Two of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. Okay. So, I'm feeling a couple of ways that this could be interpreted. Let's start with the Five of Pentacles. Here there's something that you've kind of felt put out in the cold over. And I just happen to think from recall what I said about the swamp here. Here's your challenge. Okay, you've had something that you felt kind of put out in the cold over, and you've had to figure it out, right? You've had to figure out what you're going to do. This is the gap that I was talking about earlier. Okay, it's just a bit ago. Okay, the situation has really left you uncomfortable. It's sad you're not quite sure what to do about regaining your footing. Okay, or it feels like you're not on level footing or stable footing. I feel like the oracle might suggest otherwise. Because again, remember, you have the castle, you have things that suggest authority, stability. Okay, so the situation, let's acknowledge the fact that it gave you a knock. You know, it really unsettled you. It really felt like you were put down a peg over this situation. Not really. Okay, again, not really. Recall the cards that we got from the oracle. We have the castle, we have the lion. Okay, we have the castle, we have the lion. Recall that your roots run deep here. So yeah, you feel knocked down, you feel kind of out in the cold, but it's true because you're feeling it. That's valid, that's real. Let's not deny yourself the right to feel that. The trick with the Five of Pentacles is that you need to remember how deep your support system actually runs. Okay? You have people around you that will help you, that will show you kindness, that will be available to you should you really need it. Okay? And if you're really needing it right in the go ask. Okay? Go ask. Go ask because they may have perspectives on your support system, might have perspectives on the issue that you don't have, that you don't understand. Okay, and it's an opportunity then for you to say, okay, I now know what I don't know. I know now what I don't know, and I know where to go to learn these lessons. Okay, I know where to go to help myself understand and learn these new lessons. There's this Ace of Wands, and the inspiration, the inspiration and the spark of something new is coming in for you. Okay. I've also pulled. Okay, I've also pulled the Page of Cups for supplemental energy. We've got the Page of Cups. Okay, and we have the King of Wands. So right off the bat here with these supplemental cards, you already know what's lighting you up. You already know what's sparking this energy into fruition for you. Okay, the King of Wands again. You're authoritative. Oh, babes. You're authoritative. Recall what I said about this lion energy, this regal energy. Leos. Hello, friends. This might be for you if you're a Leo or resonating with it. Either way, totally cool. Okay. Your King of Wands energy is showing, babes. I love that for you. I really love that for you because this is fire, this is passion, this is taking action on those things. Okay. And this is coming because you've allowed to recognize how you're being held, again, with the stability, the foundations, your castle, your roots. Challenges are coming up. You're recognizing them for what they are. Okay. And you're taking action anyway. Okay, because the spark has lit up. Okay, the spark is really lit up. Okay. Now it's also interesting that we're getting the Page of Cups because there is something to be learned here. Okay, Page of Cups. Let's highlight the water. Let's highlight the water aspect. There needs to be this Wands energy needs to be balanced as best as it can. Okay, and this is the Page of Cups. This is the advanced beginner. Okay, they're taking the lessons they've learned and moving it into actionable steps. I'm going to say also be careful right here because the Page of Cups is all about that emotion. I think whatever this Five of Pentacles situation is, it has the risk of emotionally dysregulating you, emotionally dysregulating and emotionally destabilizing. So it might have the tendency to be that way. Okay, and that's not something we necessarily want to experience. I'm sorry if that is part of the truth you're experiencing right now. But remember, you actual badass of a human being. You have the King of Wands and you have the Lion. Okay, so your authority is already there. All right. So that was the main energy. I'm going to draw cards for our hidden energy. I'm going to get some supplemental cards. We're going to do that for the clarifying energy as well. And then we will pull a bonus reading. Okay. So let's see. Let's see some hidden energy. Card in the bottom. Card at the bottom, we've got the hummingbird. Okay, we've got the hummingbird. Immediately feeling a sense of joyfulness. A sense of energy. A lot of energy. I don't know if you've experienced seeing hummingbirds in and around your part of the world, but occasionally we'll see them, and they're always sort of flitting about and looking for nectar and flowers and things like that. And there seems to be just so much energy coming in for you right now. A lot of energy. I don't know if you can see that little kitten character, but it looks very much at peace. It looks very much very joyful. There's a sense of joy and happiness to whatever this situation coming in for you. You know, I feel confident in saying there's a new situation coming in. Joy and joyfulness. A lot of energy, a lot of real urgent need to express something. Okay? Yeah, urgent need to express something. You've got the sword. And you've got the sword. You've got the key. Sword, key. Okay, you've got the sword, you've got the key. We have the coin. Okay. And we've got the coin and we have the buffalo. Okay. So yeah, this urgent need to express something, something has very much been on your mind, and it's taken you up till now to see what it is you need to express and unlock the best way for that to happen safely. Okay, I'm saying it like that because again, the main energy suggests a lot of bright, sparking passion here. Okay, that's good, totally necessary. Let's talk about the Page of Cups. Okay, I'm going to bring this back in because we have this buffalo card. I'm going to read this as Taurus energy, any of the earth signs. Okay, I'm not trying to make it specific to that, but this buffalo card to me suggests a lot of grounding. Okay, it suggests grounding. It suggests steadiness. Steadiness, and yes, to a certain extent, loyalty. So again, we talked about your support system in the beginning of this video. So of course, your friends, trusted family members, loyalty to them, but also loyalty to you. Okay, loyalty to you and the need to express what you need to express. Because if it comes down to your ease and your stability and your sense of peace, and also your your sense of peace, but also your sense of abundance. This, you have to put something out there, otherwise it's going to bottleneck. And maybe this is where our Page of Cups is coming and saying, hey, you're just learning about this. It's okay to feel a little bit uncomfortable. It's not okay to be impulsive. It's not okay to be reactive. Look at how you're feeling and what you can do to regulate your feelings at this time, because perhaps, just perhaps, your stability and your sense of peace and well-being and groundedness is on the line. Okay. In energy, what else? Okay. I'm going to take the clock as one of your supplementals. Your clock, the clock and the crown. Back to the authority. Okay, back to the authority. With this clock here, I want you to notice the pendulum on this clock. It's swinging, it's moving, it's going back and forth. Okay, and part of this situation really does have you swinging. It's not fun, it's not easy, it's not it's not fun. It's definitely not fun, but it is happening. Okay, and you again recollect the authority for yourself. Okay, so shuffle the tarot, see what we need to see. Hidden energy, please. Okay. I'm gonna start with the Six of Swords. All right, we've got the Six of Swords. We have Temperance. Wow, what? Wow. Six of Swords, Temperance. Okay, Six of Swords, Temperance. Okay, the Lovers. Swords, Temperance, the Lovers. We have the Six of Wands. Okay, we have the Six of Wands, and we have the World. Wow. Okay. So it's in transition. This energy is also in transition. Okay, and I'm seeing this because we have the Six of Swords, and that's explicitly about transition. So it's movement. Maybe you're literally moving across water. But the way this occurred to me to interpret it is that you're moving through your emotions and your emotional state. Okay, again, I said literal movement across water. This is moving through what you're feeling and how you're thinking. Okay, so the part that you need to remember is that a new energy is coming. Remember, your situation is swinging, I think, towards the positive. Okay, because there's a new energy coming here. You made space for this to happen. This transition is working for you, and you made space for this to happen. Okay, Six of Wands. Six of Wands. You're bringing in a victory here. This is a victory for you because this moment has been a long time in coming. You've worked really hard. Celebrate. Okay, you have worked really hard. It's time for celebration. Okay. Time for celebration. You do maybe still have a few choices to make. Okay. The Lovers, yes, it could mean relationships, anything sexual, anything platonic. That's what it could mean. I think in this case, there will always be choices to make. There will always be things that you need to be aware of. Okay. But victory is yours. You've worked hard to get yourself here. Let yourself chill. Give yourself a break. Enjoy your celebration. Know that the situation that got you here is dead and done. Doesn't need to be gone back to. Okay, victory is yours. Okay, the victory is yours. And with these new choices, it will require it will require you to be present and it will require you to be balanced, but it can be done. Okay, you can take this victory so far if you let yourself be at peace with what happened and move forward with the new knowledge that you've gained. Okay, what else? Okay, we have, when I'm splitting the deck here, we have the Three of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. Okay, let me show you what those are. So we have the Three of Pentacles, okay, and the Knight of Cups. Okay, so it's been a lot of emotional and spiritual growth. Okay, lots of emotional and spiritual growth, and you've taken care to take action as best as you can. Okay, it's hard. This feels hard, and we had the Five of Pentacles energy. I'm gonna go back to it real quick. Like I said, it's dead and done. Okay, it's done and done. You can give yourself a break, and you also know that. Let's highlight your support system because you also know they've had a part in this. Okay, you've achieved the goal of moving on, moving past a bad energy. Okay, you haven't done it alone. Okay, you haven't stood in your power by yourself. You haven't stood in your authority by yourself. And that's not to say you haven't done the work, but you've had support along the way. Okay, got a lot of support on the way. Okay, so yeah, let's do some clarifying energy and then we'll do the bonus. Okay, do a quick bonus reading at the end. So for our clarifying energy, okay, we have the heart. Okay, we have the heart. We have the monkey. Okay, we have the heart. We have the monkey. We have the village. And we have the heart, the monkey, let's start with the heart, the monkey, and the village. Okay. Yeah, you've healed a lot. You've healed a lot here. Looking at this burning heart, you've had some knocks. The situation gave you a knock, and it's not fun particularly, but it has happened. Okay. Yeah, it has happened. But for some it would be, for some of you it might be easy to be sad It's easy to be bitter. It's easy to lose sight of the blessings you have, especially in a situation where that has been called into question. I was like, are you really going to do that? Are you really going to behave that way? Blah, blah, blah. Well, what's interesting is that you haven't lost your sense of hope. Okay, I'm going to say your sense of silliness. I'm really going to say your sense of silliness because you're curious. You as a person are curious. You want to know more. You want to know how it could, how life could be if you didn't have this attachment on your back. Okay, and that's something you worked really hard to let go of. Okay, to go along with that, I also pulled the graveyard and the sun. Okay, so you've taken the situation, that Five of Pentacles situation, like I'm gonna say again, it's dead and buried. You put it in the ground. Okay, you put it in the ground, but I want you to note that there's a rose motif in the center of this image. Okay, you've worked so hard to tend that ground, nourish it again, put some light, put some healing on it. Okay, put some light and healing on it. Okay, and the flowers of your success have grown. Okay, they've grown a lot, and that's special. That's important. Okay, I'm going to also pull. I'm going to pull the library and the house. Okay, with this light, this hope, and this healing, you've rebuilt your center of peace and your center of self-awareness. I'm reading this library as your personal well of knowledge. Okay, you've grown up. You've grown up a lot. You've made a lot of change. You've made a lot of really important change, and this is the result. Your stability is a lot stronger. Okay, your stability is a lot stronger. Your self-awareness is there. Okay, and then that's come from some hard work, and it's come from you reaching out and not forgetting where you come from, but also not forgetting who you have on your side. Okay. Okay. So let's see some clarifying energy from our tarot. Okay. All right, clarifying energy from our tarot. We have the Page of Swords. Okay, we've got the Page of Swords. We have the Queen of Cups. Page of Swords, Queen of Cups. Page of Swords, Queen of Cups. We have the Messenger, the Hierophant. Okay. We have the Queen of Swords. Okay, we have the Queen of Swords. And we have the Six of Cups. Okay. So let's go back to our personal authority here. Okay. Let's pause that, actually. Let's look at the Six of Cups and the Page of Swords. Again, you're still learning. You probably have a lot of fresh new ideas coming into you, and it's pay attention to that. Pay attention because this is very important. But also, don't lose sight of what brings you joy. Okay, if it could be anything. I'm not going to speak for you on the matter, but it could mean anything. It could be anything. don't forget what brings you joy, because I think for some of you now that this old energy has left, you're getting so many ideas that it feels like it's too much and you don't know where to pursue first. Okay, what project is going to bring you the most joy? Okay, how do I answer that question? Right? How am I going to answer the question? Well, first of all, you have the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords. So you know how you're thinking, you know how you're feeling, right? Don't be afraid to nurture that. Okay, don't be afraid to nurture these good ideas. Nurture how you're feeling as well with our Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords, how you're thinking, nurture those thoughts. Queen of Cups, nurture what you're feeling here. Okay, nurture your mind and heart, and know that the authority is in your hands. Okay, you know where it's going to be right for you to start. Okay, it's going to feel, it might feel weird. It's like, oh, this isn't logical. This isn't where I thought I was meant to go. But and that's okay. That's okay. But keep trying. You already know what's right for you. Okay, your moral compass is actually far more attuned than you think. Okay, just give yourself a minute to listen to where the heartstrings are pulling you. Okay, so supplementals, please, for our clarifying energy. Ooh, okay. So I'm going to take the Wheel of Fortune. And we're taking the Wheel of Fortune and the Three of Wands. Okay. So the phrase I'm hearing with that is be patient, the wheel is turning in your favor. Be patient. Okay. Be patient. The wheel is turning in your favor. I don't even need to be long-winded about that. I think you get the message of that. So I'm gonna call this reading here. This is where you're getting off. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for being here. I do have a bonus reading for you, so if you want to stick around for that, I'll see you over there. And then, this is the end of the line for you. Thank you. I love you. I will see you in the next video. Okay. So, for those of you who are sticking around, let's see what we need to see. Okay, guys, I am here with the bonus reading. We're gonna go quick. I've already taken up a bunch of your time. So let's see what we need to see for our bonus reading. Okay. Okay, now I have split the deck. Okay. I've split the deck. Now I have the squirrel. Okay, from our oracle, I have the squirrel, and I have the crossroad. The squirrel and the crossroad. So what's interesting here is I feel like you guys, for some of you who are just joining the bonus reading, some of you are at a bit of an impasse. You're not quite sure what you should be doing, what you want to be doing, how you want to be going around it, or how you want to be going about it. I think your first thought is to be, I need to make a decision right now. I need to pick a choice and I need to stick with it whole hog. I don't have any choice but to make a decision right away. And that could be successful if you really focus, right? And focus isn't even the right word. Like it could mean success. I feel for some of this, it's more of let's make the decision now and the consequences will come. Yeah, obviously, but I feel like those consequences aren't going to be ones that you're really wanting to deal with, but they're going to be there nonetheless, and you will have to deal with them anyway. And this is where what I'm leading you guys towards is having a pause of reflection, because you could go either left or you could go right. Okay, I remember, and this is just the way my brain works, but I'd seen the animated Anastasia movie. This is, might be before your time. You might not care about it if you're of age, but I remember seeing that movie, and the girl, Anya, she's like, well, I'm being told to go left, I'm being told to go right. What if I want to go up the middle? I might be misremembering that. But she makes a decision. Okay, and it was bold and brave for her, right? Because she doesn't remember, doesn't can't figure out where she's meant to go, other than I think it was a fish processing factory, which cool, not for me, for somebody. I'm not that somebody, okay? But she had to make a decision, okay? And she chose to do what was right for her. This is that situation. This is possibly the road to the fish factory for you, metaphorically, or maybe it's to something better. Pause and think. That's the best advice I have for you, is to pause and think, okay? Because, you've got a lot of bustling, bursting energy, and you're bright and fun, and you can be silly and goofy sometimes. Silliness and goofiness, we need more of that, right? We need more of that positivity. We might need a whole lot more whimsy than we have in the world right now. That might be where you come in, okay? But you have to choose the path to get you there, okay? Choose the path that gets you there. Let's see what our tarot has to say, okay? See what our tarot has to say. Okay, so splitting the deck. Okay. Okay, let me get this here. We have the Page of Wands. Okay, and we have the Eight of Swords. Okay, Page of Wands, Eight of Swords. All right. So, Page of Wands, Eight of Swords. There's something. You have to get yourself there, right? We have to get yourself to that choice, right? You have to make it as best as you possibly can without giving into your impulses. And I think this is going to speak to some of you who are chronic overthinkers. My friends, we're in the club. We're in the same club. Don't like it either, but here we are, right? Which side do I choose? I mean, we're not exactly spoiled for choice, but we're going to have to face challenges one way or the other. Yeah, okay. If this is a chance to find, we don't know what we're going to find, right? We don't know what we're going to find. The trick is not to get ourselves stuck. Okay, not to let ourselves feel stuck. We're not stuck. That's the thing. We're not stuck. Okay, we're not tied in. We might be blindfolded, right? We can't see where we're going, but our hands, surprisingly, our hands are free. Okay, our hands are free. We can easily get out of our binding. Okay, we can easily get out of our binding. We can easily reach up and move the blindfold up, okay? We're not as trapped as we think we are. The choice might be so much simpler than we see, okay? Okay, and this Page of Wands, okay, we might be letting our baser instincts get ahead of us, okay? Right, we might be letting our baser instincts get ahead of us because recall that I said from the main energy all the way back, there's the spark of passion and new energy coming in. And it's whoa, we're doing this all at once. This is happening right now. Yes, this is cool for me, but whoa, it's happening quick, right? This Page of Wands is learning how to apply the lessons in dealing with that right now, okay? And the situation is definitely very new and very long awaited, I would say, okay? It is time. It's time to make that spark happen, okay? But we can't do it when we're stuck in our heads, okay? Pause and let me iterate. We're not stuck. We're really not as stuck as we believe, okay? We're not as stuck as you think you are. You're not as stuck as you think you are, okay? So that is it for the reading as a whole. If you've made it this far in, thank you so much. I will be back very soon with a new video, but until then, guys, stay safe, stay blessed. I'll see you soon, and get in touch if there's any way I can address any comments, questions, or concerns. Okay? See you in the next one, guys. Bye.